Hi guys, just sitting here enjoying my fresh smell. Ugh. Oh, that smells so good. And yes, I still am under the weather, but at least I got my shower and I feel better. um, I had someone count um, ask for uh, some stories about uh, the paranormal. And that is something that I've talked a little bit about in some of my past uh, videos. I have a lot of stories and experience in that too. Angels, aliens, paranormal. Yep, I do it all. Um, I now one thing that the angels help me do is to cleanse homes and rid homes of spirits um, and poltergeists and demons. We have gotten rid of all of those things from homes. And um, so I do have a lot of stories about those. Uh, it's hard to pin one down because they're all pretty exciting or weird or scary or whatever you want to call it. I think I'll tell you one right now that was kind of, for some people it'd be scary. For me it was kind of basic. Knowing that I have the angels with me, knowing that I have God's protection. I mean, I have spoken with God. I have spoken with Jesus. I have spoken with the angels. I talk to them every day. They're with me at all the time. And if I need God or Jesus, I just say their name and tell them what I need, and boom, I've got assistance. And so, because of that, and because of my clairvoyance, my clairaudience, my clairsentience, all of those things, I'm open to the paranormal, and I guess maybe to aliens and all that too. I don't know how many of you have heard about auras and how our auras are um, connected to our souls and our vibrations and um, to who we are deep within. And um, everybody has an aura, everybody has a soul, everybody has um, vibrations. And I'd like to say there are no two alike, but I think there are. Because I know that most light workers have golden auras or blue auras, and I myself, I'm a golden. And actually, I should tell you, that's, well, no, maybe not. Um, but I have a golden aura, and it's so strong and so thick that when they've taken Carillion pictures of it, um, you can barely see me through my aura because it's so strong and so thick. Um, and it, it's there are some things I want to say and some things that I know would not be taken very well if I said them. But people have different auras. There's blue, there's purple, there's gold, there's silver, there's crystal, there's rainbow, there's green and brown and black and white. Most people don't have white auras. Usually that's an angel. In fact, on my aura pictures, I usually have an angel right here on my shoulder. And so you can see this bright white light here, and then my dark golden uh, aura every place else. Um, but that's how it comes out on all of my pictures, is golden and the bright white. But I'm a light worker. I was sent specifically here to do specific jobs. Um, my job is to work with the angels, to introduce other people to the angels, to help other people to work with the angels, also to spread my light and love, and also God's light and love. Um, and I know I was going to tell you a horror story, but instead I got off on this. Um, so some people have made comments that I don't work. Well, that isn't true. I may not bring in a lot of money, but I work and I help people with spiritual things. I counsel them in spiritual dilemmas, and just, questioning where they're at and what they should do and how they should do it. And I do a lot of counseling in that. I help a lot of people work with the angels, and um, I work a lot with people who have um, had tragic lives, like myself. I was raised by a narcissistic mother and a father who catered to my mother and even went along with her abuse of me, knowingly went along with it. And it wasn't that he really wanted to. He never would have done it if he didn't have her forcing him, pushing him. But, and this too goes to auras and vibrations, she forced him to do something because he loved her. He did it, and his vibrations and his aura changed because of her. He became depressed, and um, his vibrations were quite low. Um, his aura, we never had a picture of it, but from what I could tell, he had a lot of browns and oranges and some black spots here and there. Um, she had really gotten to him and really ruined him, which is sad. She tried to get to me, but because I had the angels with me, helping me, protecting me, guiding me, bolstering me up, picking me up when I, wanted to give up, um, instead of becoming her flying monkey like everybody else in the family, and choosing to do negative and bad things to people, I went the opposite. And thank goodness, I'm so glad. And I think that if I hadn't had a narcissistic mother, um, I may not have done that. Uh, because she hurt me so deeply that I vowed to never be like my mother or my father, um, to always protect other people when I can. And I learned how strong I am and that people can't hurt me. So a lot of times I've put myself in harm's way to protect others, or sadly, I married narcissists thinking I was going to help them, not knowing they were narcissists and winding up being hurt all over again. But, you know, I hadn't learned that lesson apparently. And so I had to keep repeating it. And I repeated it a few times, quite a few times, before I realized that I don't want that for myself, and I don't need that in my life, and it's certainly not helping anybody else. So I learned to just walk away from it. Um, and that's, what people need to eventually do is just walk away. I wasn't the one, I closed the door on my daughter, sadly. I didn't have a choice because she was actively aggressive and nasty to me, and thinking that she should live in our home and I should just put up with her nastiness, um, and disrespect. And I decided that I'd haven't had enough, and I put her out. And she refused to talk to me or have anything to do with me. She kept saying that I needed to apologize to her. How dare I throw her out of my home? And I had to stand my ground. Even when I found out she had cancer, even when I found out she was dying from that cancer, I told her friends and her that the door is always open. I love her, but I'm not going to be treated badly by her, and I absolutely refuse to do it. So she died without me in her life, or, with her. And I've thought about it a lot, and I realized that whether I was with her or I wasn't, she was going to die anyway, and that for my sake, I had to do what I did. And it's tough love, as they say, but it had to be done. So to retaliate for me sticking up for myself, my mother and my daughter got together and decided that I would not be allowed at her funeral. That if I couldn't be a mother to her when she was alive, I didn't need to pretend to be a mother when she died. So they had a funeral for her and they buried her. And I had a, uh, what is that called? Mm, celebration of life party at a karaoke bar that she loved and used to go to all the time. And I invited all of her friends, and we had a good time. Yeah, it was sad. It was sad. And don't get me wrong, I love my daughter with all of my heart. But, you know, loving somebody with all of your heart and allowing them to abuse you on a daily basis, that's two very strong, different things. And sometimes you just have to draw the line no matter how much you love somebody. Because it wasn't good for her either. I didn't like the fact that she was acting that way, and I wasn't going to be a part of that. It was bringing her down, and no, I couldn't stop her from being that way with others, but I could definitely stop her from being that way with me. So I did have the celebration of life for her, and the angels told me that after she had passed away, she, of course, realized um, how awful she had been to me, and that I was right and I was loving and I was kind, and all she had to do was behave herself and love me back, and she couldn't do it. So um, they said that she was very remorseful and felt really bad, and but it is what it is. She knows better now, and I am wiser, much wiser. I don't let anyone treat me badly. And I encourage others to set their boundaries and stick to them. I know this was going to to be for count. Sorry, I'll do another one. Um, but I got off on a wild tangent, and that's kind of how things go. But remember, stick up for yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself, love others too. But don't let the people you love treat you abusively and nasty, because that's not love. They don't love you. They're just using you. So, blessings, love, light, namaste. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.